Welcome everyone. Noah here on the Dynamics Weekly newsletter and podcast for the next month or so. I am interviewing class and session presenters for Community Summit, which is organized by Dynamic Communities and scheduled for October 19th through the 23rd in Orlando, Florida. And today on our 44th interview, it's amazing how these have added up so quickly. We have Nathan Clouse with us. Nathan, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I am doing fine, and I'm down here in Pensacola. A little rainy today, not bad. No hurricanes, so I think are you up in Detroit?
Yep. Suburb of Detroit.
Okay, good deal. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You are with Armanino.
Yep. I'm a technical architect with Armanino currently. And I've been
Been with them
working
for a
with,
while.
yep. Well, I've been with Armanino for about a year, and I've been in the AX/FNO space for almost closing on 18 years. So it's been a while.
They speed by, don't they?
Yep.
So you specialize just in AX and F&O. Nothing to do with BC or the other topics there. Just mainly AX and F&O there.
Yep, sort of recently I've expanded a little bit. I'll say CE light and project operations and field service light. A lot of finance and operations projects are now branching out a little bit and including in like a new project, other products that are part of the overall footprint. So we'll have CE for sales stuff that'll feed into um, F&O. We'll do all of our activity there. Then there might be like field service or project operations for scheduling. Every project is a little bit different, but slowly branching out to other Dynamics products, but not BC. Still very focused on finance and operations.
Gotcha. Well, you've got a busy few days there in Summit. Let me run through the schedule with everybody so they know the layout of what you've got that week. So you've got a session on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the one on Tuesday, October 21st, that's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The title of it is Integration Overkill, Turbocharging Dynamics F&O with Unstoppable Patterns. The one on Wednesday, the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, is titled The Fast and the Data-Migrated, Speeding Through F&O Data Migrations Without Crashing. Awesome. And then on Thursday, you are wrapping it up with a noon session titled Mastering X. Is it Mastering X++ Development?
Yep.
So that's the name of it, Mastering X++ Development, Expert Tips, Tools, and Techniques. So how about we talk about that first one, Integration Overkill, some highlights for the audience here.
Sure. So I'm presenting with another MVP, and this session is really designed to be very fast-paced, very sort of over the top of all the different ways you can integrate data, get data in, data out. When what tool in our toolbox makes the most sense for particular scenarios. But it's meant to be rapid fire because we've got like 13 different topics that we need to take time to explain sort of subtlety and nuance on. Um, and the overall, in terms of the session, so that's with Bo Schwieso. We styled it after a video game we both like. It's called Turbo Overkill. It's intentionally meant to just be over the top um, and sort of loud and in your face. So that carries over a little bit to our presentation, where it's going to be very fast paced and just going through a lot of stuff very rapidly. And then we have a lot of references and links where people can find out more about that particular thing. But we really want to just expose everyone to all the suite of tools we have and how to use them, when it makes sense to use them and when it doesn't.
So even with the fast pace there, will you be in F&O a lot of the time, or is this more of a presentation type deal?
More of a presentation. We'll have
Okay.
just talk about concepts of what's available inside of F&O, how that makes or how that pairs with typically some outside infrastructure, usually Azure. and how we can use that to either get data in, data out, integrate transactions. We go through a lot of different scenarios, but really the performance is really the key driver here for what makes the most sense when we need high volume transactions, and conversely, what tools make the most sense when we don't need that performance.
Nice. Okay. And that is integration overkill, turbocharging dynamics F&O with unstoppable patterns. And that is your afternoon session on Tuesday, 3 o'clock. And I haven't spoken with Bo yet, but Bo is MVP at CAF to Code there. So I'll see if I can get him on the phone sometime as well. And then the next day, Wednesday, you have an 8 o'clock in the morning session. The title, Fast and the Data Migrated, speeding through F&O data migrations without crashing. Always a plus. So are you co-presenting us? Just you by yourself for that one, huh?
Yep, just me.
Okay.
So yep, in this session, really just be talking about data migration strategies, available tech to orchestrate and just um, make it such that every time you do a data migration, whether it's part of a project or just bringing transactions in from the outside on a daily basis, as part of your normal operations, ways to automate that, ways to increase your success rate, just overall sort of a primer for DMF, but using DMF to drive um, automation and integrations. Even if we're just talking about an initial project data migration, there's a lot of tools that are available out there that can help just make your life easier, or help orchestrate everything so that when it is time to go live, you can click a few buttons and just watch as automations run. It's not a highly stressful situation where you're having to stay glued to your screen, make sure you click the right button at the right time, that sort of thing. So really just educational around um, how to make things overall better, faster, and more consistent.
Awesome. And that's your 8 a.m. Wednesday morning session. And then you are wrapping things up on Thursday with a noon session.
Yep. So
Uh,
that's I have a co-presenter on that one, fellow MVP Peter Raymer. So we'll just be doing an X++ tips and tricks session. This is one we typically do every year. We make sure the content is fresh every year. So it's just X++. For those that aren't aware, X++ is the language that finance and operations was written in. Um, so there's new stuff that Microsoft comes out with. Microsoft doesn't sometimes broadcast some of their new stuff. So we, take time to talk about some of the new stuff that's out there that just gets added from a tech stack perspective,
mhm.
like in terms of what gets added to X++, and then go through, um, tips that we have come up with or found over the past year, and common problems that we typically experience, and how to get around those problems. So as a, for instance, like this is not super recent, but we finally got we got the keyword finally um,
Uh-huh.
in our language. That was something that had been lacking until that point. So that was a major thing. But we cover really deep technical topics like that.
Nice. So that is 3 different sessions for you, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So a lot of great information for the F&O uh, people out there, users and developers, partners and end users alike. I think you do have a booth in the expo hall, right?
I believe so. I think the Armanino booth is right next. Yep, right next to the puppy snuggles.
You
Um,
do. You should have some good traffic with that.
well, hopefully. I mean, most everyone likes puppies, so um, we'll see.
Yep. So that's awesome. And if everybody's trying to get to the booth, it's when you walk in the expo hall, it's back towards the back on the left, pretty close to the Dynamic Communities booth in the back corner.
Yep.
And Nathan, if people have questions for you before Summit about your sessions or after your sessions, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
I'm pretty easy to find. I'm on LinkedIn, so at Nathan Clouse AX, or just search for Nathan Clouse. I'm also on GitHub, so again at Nathan Clouse AX. You can also just email me, nathan.clouse@armanino.com, if you have any questions or just need anything.
Awesome. And you've been to plenty of summits, I think.
Yeah, I want to say this will be my ninth, I believe.
9 of them. That's awesome. Uh, uh, these sessions that we just ran through here with you, you've presented some of these topics at prior summits, but always refreshing the contents and everything. Are any of these three brand new?
The fast and the data migrated, that'll be net new. The other two are sessions we've done before, but we just make sure to update the content with new stuff as it becomes available, and we'll cycle out old stuff. And typically, like one of the great things about especially the X++ session is we get near immediate feedback from people in the room of like, "Yep, I already knew this," and that lets us know to remove it from the deck for the next year. And
Hmm.
then when we talk about some new concept, we'll poll the room, say, "Hey, did you know about this?" And then we'll spend more time, especially if we get people that are saying that they've not heard of this. Let's look at code samples, and we'll find a code sample if we can. So that's one of the great things about like especially tips and tricks sessions. You can dive into what people are interested in, and if it's something they've heard of, just go on to the next thing. And the content's still there in the slides. All slide decks will be available, and I think recordings as well. Still need to find out more about recordings, but all of my stuff gets posted on my GitHub, so it's always free and available um, if you'd like to go find it.
Right, and we'll put links for that on the in the comments section when we post this on LinkedIn too.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I do see that one of your sessions, the Mastering X++ development, will be recorded for on-demand viewing later. The first two, I did not see that mentioned.
Okay. Well, I can probably, well, with permission, just do my own audio recording and then
Sure.
have that available.
Yep. Awesome. So great information there you're bringing to everybody at Summit. You've been there. You're a pro at these things. You got co-presenters on there for some of these with you. And you've got your booth time as well. Easy to contact you. Anything else that we can mention for everybody that is considering going to Summit and uh, looking at your sessions there?
I also wanted to call out the Techmatic booths. So I've got a few sessions where I'll be at one of the Techmatic booths. And for those that are unaware, there is a just a booth available throughout or near the expo hall with scheduled times for a functional and a technical resource, and these are done by product. So if you have any specific questions or just want to know more about a topic, um, or you just want to talk to a presenter, a lot of our presenters will be at those Techmatic booths, but just find the booth for the product you're interested in and ask away with your questions, and hopefully you'll get some valuable information. Because some of our products are very large, you may not necessarily get information you're looking for on your first try. As a, for instance, we may have a functional resource that is more finance oriented than supply chain oriented, but you can always try again. Um, and just come back and see if you can get someone who specializes in the area that you want to get some expertise in.
Awesome. And you have a schedule that you'll be there for?
I do. I don't have it offhand, but they will be staffed. They've got core hours, the booths themselves. So they'll be staffed by someone throughout, throughout Summit.
Okay, good deal. And Summit is a huge conference. So for everybody who is going to Summit, even if you're just thinking about Summit, it's going to be here soon. It's already the 1st of August. October will be here in no time at all. But don't wait till you get there to figure out what sessions and classes you want to go to. Plan that stuff out ahead of time, because if you wait to get there and try to sort it out on the day, on the first day of Summit, there are so many sessions and so many things to do. There's really no way to sort it out that morning. So plan ahead, start reviewing these sessions and figuring out which ones that you want to go to.
Yep, that's excellent advice.
All right, Nathan, thank you so much for joining me today. It's always great to share with people in our audience news about upcoming events like Summit. And we really appreciate your time and sharing your knowledge and experiences with everybody at Summit, here in this interview as well, and wherever else you're speaking with the dynamic community group out there. So really thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge there.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for putting this all together.
Mhm. And for everybody who is listening, if you get a chance, in addition to the educational piece of Summit, networking is a huge part. It's always great to associate a real person with a email account or a LinkedIn profile account. So, don't be shy about introducing yourself, meeting people, even if it's just in the hallways. So let them know who you are. So, let them know what you're working with. That way, when you get back to your office, if you have problems, you can't figure it out, it'll, you may have met the person at Summit who can help you, and you'll know how to get in contact with that person. So networking is a huge part of these conferences. All right, Nathan, thank you so much. We are looking forward to seeing you down in Orlando. Have a great summer, and we will see you there.
All right. Well, thanks. Have a good one.